Good afternoon, everyone. Gyro here. Just got back from my disc golf tournament in a very awesome shower, much winning. Won MA50 today, so my first victory in that division. And this is the post-mortem of that round, disc, things thereof. So if you're in my iRacing crowd, my math crowd, touch grass with me. Get yourself some hydration. Lenny, get some chicken. I do it for you. So, Springfield, Tennessee, monster course. I'm going to look at UDIS here and make sure I quote things correctly. But I think signed, it is 7,200 feet. Like I said, I'm going to pull it up here on the computer. It is just hard. It's very, very hard. It's very hilly. Okay, so I have it here. Signed, it's 7,159 feet, par 62. Honestly, with the hills and gradients and things thereof, it plays pretty close to 8,000 feet. It is a championship grade course. To give you an idea, a par rating on UDIS is 196. Normally what I do is I add 650 or 750 to that number. I think it's 650. So you have to shoot 850 golf to have a chance for par. With the wind today is probably 900. So I got to check that again and see. But I think it's at least 600 or 650 to the UDIS number. So, first round, I had my typical 4 discs per slot. Had a couple of pleasant surprises that I'll be showing you. But I had no touch. My approaching was so poor. I just couldn't get it to the bucket to have like a 15 or 20 foot putt. 12 approaches were 25 feet or further away from the bucket. I missed 3 putts in the circle that I should make. I gave up 15 strokes on this course, and you can't do that. You just can't do it. So I'm going to show you some of the discs that I played in round 1. And then the big revelation going to round 2. And I'm going to show you what the round 2 bag is, and they're very different. So let's start with, and I just pulled them out randomly. So, okay. So let's start with a couple of the slow discs. So I had an Atom. This is not flippy. This is very neutral. And that is a problem. I need this to be slightly understable. So much so that I chose to take this out of the bag and put in a flippy putter. Good thing I did. Let me move the phone a little bit. There we go. All right. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Nice. Looks like it was like over here, and I want to be like here. So I took this out. What I've realized about this disc is this is my Nova backup, and therefore it's a good disc. This is a very good disc. It just is trying to do something that it's not ready to do yet. So, pull that out of the bag for round 2. Anubis is the Olmeco. This disc flew exactly the way I wanted to. This is a really nice mold. I think it's an iBlend. I'd like to get another one of these. Pulled it out because of the revelation I'm about to tell you in a few minutes. Okay, let's go to fairways. So I had a few fairways that I played him round one, took him out for different reasons. So let's talk diamond. I only took it out of round two simply because I didn't want to lose it. This thing is just starting to turn the way I want. And on a very technical track like Springfield, why lose it? In the woods, if you get offline, you're in very heavy vegetation. It is very punitive. Once you're off the mulch, watch out. So diamond, perfectly good. Vortex flew very well, but what I'm realizing is these two are really the same slot. Therefore, this has to back up that. You really like the feel of it, but this diamond is a little lighter. This is 9 grams lighter than this, but my arm speed is starting to do this. But they're the same slot. I don't need that. Cicada, 157. This is not straight for me. This is straight stable. And that's a problem, because in the woods, I must have a straight disc. So I have a straight disc over there. It's the Leopard 3. We have the Hawkeye. We have a surprise OG back in the bag for round two. But this is not that slot. This is going to slot in between reliably stable and straight. And the thing I'm noticing is this is slightly puddle top. So I really need to work this disc in a little bit to get some of the stability up. Otherwise, you're not going to see it very much. Okay, let's talk control driver. Jade didn't throw it. And in retrospect, this disc is now overlapping with this one. This one is also a tick more stable than my understable offering, which you'll see in the bag in a moment. And so this is very much my straight. So if there's not a lot of wind, this is what I'm choosing over this, because this actually has a little bit of finish. On open holes, I'm really happy to have this. In the woods, though, it's got to be the Jade. Thunderbird didn't throw it. Why? Because I threw something else. That was always going to be situational. Now, pleasant surprise number one. Oh, yeah. I threw this one time. This is a Fission Trail, 148 grams, so it's 155 equivalent. So add 7 on gyro, and that's your non-gyro. I now understand. I so understand why people swear by the trail. This is domey. And one of the issues I have with MVP discs and some of these other molds is I need dome. In my fairway drivers, control drivers, and some of my distance drivers. Not all, but some. I threw this on hole 8. I have never been to the bottom of the hill at hole 8. That got to the bottom of the hill. And it was a straight laser shot. Had a little drift, little fall. Just stays up. It wants to stay up. I am now a trail guy. And with the OTB release, MVP in the white rim, just like this, has the Fission Impulse. MVP, you have me interested again in some of your molds because I need understability for some of my shots. This Into the Wind has a slight understability, but it wants to fight out. I need to figure out how to get more of these. I only bought one, and that's $27 US. And that's a problem. So I'm already looking at what can I throw in that slot. I do have a couple options But that, wow. That's all I'm going to say. Wow. All right. So, round one sucked. Sitting in my chair, eating lunch. And what I realized was, Dwayne, you have too many choices for this course. Short your bag. What do I mean by short my bag? That means you take discs out because you know you're not going to need them. Make your decision making easier. So what I did was I went from 4 discs per class to 3. Huge improvement. It's another 110 rating point swing to the gut. So let's pull off some discs. So, second surprise is coming, and that is the putters I used were not the KC Rock AVRs. They were these. This is the old P Model S. It's now known as the Good Boy. It's 158 grams. Nice and flat. It's got a very small micro bead. Very, very small. Let me see if I can get that in the camera. It's very small. Nice and chalky. I like chalky putters. This has better feel than the KC Rock AVRs. So much so that those KC Rock AVRs may come in for my stable throwing putter slot. That's how much I like these. I used both of them for 18 holes each. I was very careful on that. Luke Humphreys, I get it. And as a dog lover, I understand. Good disc. Prodigy's starting to make some really good molds. All right. Let's talk throwers. So for the second round, I benched the Atom. Went back to the XT AVR. It's flippy. I really need to get one in like the mid 150s. So this is quick, and that 150 would be slower. But I'm happy I put it in the bag. It saved me 2 throws in the second round. That made me happy. Rhino does Rhino things. This is, in the wind, it's actually pretty good. It will fly to a 3 stability as per the numbers, but this is 160 grams and it's stable. It's stable. So, that definitely. Now, still have the Nova. And the Nova in the wind is not optimal. In the woods, though, all day. And then in the second round, I made the decision to keep a disc in. I'm still coming to grips with, it's the Envy. I need to play with this disc more to figure out how much wind this can take. I'm liking it. I understand why people love the Envy. It's great to be throwing one again. I need to figure out this mold, but I think this could end up being a great weapon. Just need more reps with it. All right, let's talk mids. And so the revelation was 3 discs per slot instead of 4, less decision making. So my mids didn't change. I just took out the Anubis fine disc. Rolo, didn't throw it. Malta. This is beef. I threw this in a 20 miles per hour headwind. It did not flip over. This is 158 grams. I know. Now, for the third mid, which is the one I played with all day, Air Compass I'm starting to like Opto Air again. With the weather here, hand grip was really, really good. Really, really good. This right now, I would say in the fade department, it's about a 1.5. It says 1, but it's really a 1.5. But for 3 slots, like if I need something to really go straight, let's put a little Anheuser and straightens out. All right, fairway drivers. Now, yep, that one and this one. Okay. Flippy. I didn't mind losing this. It's the only Star Leopard I have. It's 149 grams. This, if I throw it on a little hyzer, it pops up, but it doesn't turn yet. If I beat this in a little bit, I'm going to get that, because I have to throw shots that are drag shots where you start and this drags over. There's potential. I'm going to keep that in the bag because, like I said, I have diamonds, I have vortexes. I think I got an underroll back there for that understable slot. All right. If Earl Young is watching this, he's about to smile. Yeah. I will never play any disc golf ever again without a dead straight fairway driver, whether it's a river or a crave or something similar, not a cicada. I've had this one for a long time. I threw this on hole 12. It's 159 grams. Hole 12 is a very challenging hole. You have a chute, and then there's a wood fence, and then the hole basically makes a left turn. And when we got there, we had to play it into the wind when it got out of the chute. I threw that. I almost got to the fence line. I have never been close to the fence line. It just stays up. It's a river. It's what it does. Another one of the OGs that I really like for my stable. This is 158 grams. Air Explorer. On hot days, I really like this. It's going to slot into that T-bird slot. The cicada is going to slot in that slot as well. This thing, because it's got a little dome, just like that river. Let me show you the river. This has just a little, not much, but just a little. This thing pops up and it rides, but it has dependable finish. And that's a good thing. We like dependable finish. So, to give you an idea, my round was like 11 or 12 throws better by reducing the bag. Something like that. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. Let's talk control drivers. So control drivers. Because I wanted to save that trail, I made a substitution. And it's coming up. It's not this one. This one played both rounds. Oh, it's so nice to have a hatchet again. Tailwind, it just stays up. Great in the woods. I was starting to get a little bit of turn out of it again because my arm speed started picking up. That's good. I tried the recycled heat for the first time. This is 155 grams. It's got a lot of dome for heat. This is going to be the trail, but the trail, until I get backups of that, is not going anywhere unless it's a wide open course to where I'm not losing it. For those wondering, a little bit of dome on the hatchet, not too much. This thing flies good. But this says it has a 6 glide. The trail says it has a 5 glide, and I think the numbers are reversed. I love the feel of this, and as my arm speed kicks up, it will get near that trail. I'm encouraged by that. And I have many heats. Like I got that between the heats and the jades. That kind of straightish slot in the trail kind of falls into that too. That slot is very well covered. Okay, straight stable. So as you saw, I had a Thunderbird, didn't use it. But I put the yellow seine instead of the pink. This one I've had, so I both got the Saints at the same time. But this one's, I think I've thrown it a little more. This one has a little bit more flip up. And it could handle a little bit of wind, as long as you kept the nose down. And it flew like a saint. Much success. Okay, distance drivers. Didn't throw the purple Mamba that some of you know. I had taken that out of the bag as well. I forgot to mention that. 150 gram G-Star Mamba. Little on the flat side. That's a nice disc. It has a little bit of integrity in the wind. It will pop up. As the arm started getting better in the second round, it had a little bit more drift, but it come back. So very, very encouraged. Wraith, 134 grams and flew like a Wraith. Straight stable. Has a little bit of carry because of lack of weight. Surprise star of the day, I would actually say this disc. I was very pleasantly surprised on. Now, I can see it's already tore up. I don't know if you see that on the... That's from hitting the road. Surge SS. This is in Z-Lite, and I know for a fact Z-Lite, once you start getting wear on it, it's bad. 1.6 on the stability. It's an 11 speed. This thing is a wind fighter. Threw a shot on 13 and it went dead straight. Then the wind stopped and went OB. That's why it's got the damage. So this may not be long. I may have to replace that with probably another Wraith, but it'll be a little bit heavier because I like the feel of the Wraith. So those were the discs. We used the Rebel bag, again, the gray one that we mentioned in the previous video. Cart was fantastic. Very well ran event with Disking Disciples. Reasonably good turnout. Very nice warm day. The second round was overcast, which was... first round was windy. So what are my takeaways from this? So, I think the first thing is going with less options definitely helped me. Okay. Less options definitely helped me. To kind of give you an idea, there's a 4-hole stretch, 6, 7, 8, 9, that are soul crushers. Hole 6 is an uphill and then hard left 436 foot par 4, and you have one lane that you got to hit, and then it goes up, and then you got to have a second lane to get in. So you have to be very precise. That was really my one bad hole of hole 2. Like I had played 2 really good shots to get in position. And I tried to get on a Nova, and I realized in this round, if you have to get on a disc up. And I badly misplayed that hole. And I was a little bit frustrated with myself. Then you go right into 7. It's signed 286, but I think it plays at least 315. Because it goes down and up, and it slightly drifts to the right, and it's sneaky because the last part of it is the steepest part. Then you get out into the open, 590, down and up, and you're in kind of this hollow area. Par 4, but you're in this hollow area. And the issue is it goes down like this for about 15 feet back up. And this course is really hard on hilly lies. And I'm still really learning how to play hilly lies. And with limited arm speed, when you're throwing uphill, it just goes up and comes down. And then hole 9 on this stretch, 464 feet. The basket's at one end of the field, the tee's right there. And if you're into the wind, it really plays like a hard 4. And I didn't play that hole very well because my approaching was hot garbage. Hot garbage. So, and this is the course where hole 16 is signed 850, par 5. It plays without the wind about 1,000 feet. With the wind into you, as in round 1, it was 1,100 feet. I went 7-7, and I don't feel ashamed about it. It's just that hard. Very, very, very hard. So, overall impression. Great event, great course. The game plan I had was wrong. But I made a big adjustment, and game plan really improved. So, next tournament, the window, I should say. I want to say, yes, it's on the 30th, but it's all the way in Tullahoma. So, I don't know if I'm going to play that. That might be the weekend I dedicate to getting the deck worked on. So, trying to figure that out. I want to go down the Murray and play that course because it's a shorter course. It's a little bit easier for me to manage. But we'll see. We'll see. But Lord willing, we will have a tournament somewhere. Also trying to figure out the iRacing thing as well, right? Because we only have 3 weeks, I think, left. And then that gets into the 24-hour endurance racings in the summer. It's a lot easier to plan life around that. So, all in all, long day, very long day. I probably covered near 8 kilometers today, about 5 miles between the holes and walking between the holes and all that. Fitness was really good. Achilles is in great shape. Elbow, really doing well. I'm very, very happy. So, that's about it. So, as always, thank you for your support. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. God bless. And we'll see you next time.